Здравствуйте, всem. Hoje eu tenho um aviso rápido antes de começar a live. Então, primeiramente, queria dizer que ontem a gente acabou acabando a live abruptamente porque deu um problema aqui. Com isso, eu resolvi gravar um pouquinho offline e passar o vídeo aqui antes da gente começar. O vídeo é bem longo, porém a história tá da hora, assim como eu botei aqui no título. A história ficou tensa, o bagulho tá ficando louco. Então, vocês vão ver agora o que vai acontecer e já já entramos.
All-knowing historian, are you not aware that we Kremnoans use boiling water from sword forging for our baths? Looks like I'll have to teach you some royal etiquette today.
Cara,
And thus, an unprecedented sauna battle commences! With unparalleled resolve, the two warriors' determination even alters the very hue of the steam. Flames intertwine with scalding vapor, reaching toward the heavens, shrouding the sky and the sun. The spectacle is so magnificent that none dare gaze upon it directly. Since we can't see what's happening in the competition, why don't I regale you with a tale of kings to pass the time? Do you recall the legend of the Gorgo lion mentioned by a certain veteran? The central figure, the main character, was not the sole sovereign of that land. An oryx stood as its formidable rival. Long before the dawn of Erechrysia, the two beasts started their timeless battle on the plains of Tritos. The lion regarded the oryx as its food, while the oryx perceived the lion as a scornful, oppressive, and challenging barrier that it swore to topple with its antlers. For tens of thousands of years, without respite, the two creatures thus continued their relentless pursuit and rivalry.
mano.
It fixated on its rival's fleeing form in the chase. It set its sights on the other's neck, nearly within reach. It was stuck in a corner. It had nowhere to escape. On the land of Amphoreus, some lives meet their end at dusk, some at dawn, and yet others are fated to perish under the blistering sun at noon. And at last, the most scorching moment of the day descended upon them. The formidable hand of fate heeded their call and arrived!
My lords, would you like me to reduce the temperature a little?
What? You're chickening out already?
Get lost.
Are you asking me to get lost, or...
Cara,
Do whatever you want.
Oh, please forgive my presumptuousness, my lords.
What a spectacle of folly.
This is what you get for daring to challenge a Kremnoan without understanding your own place.
What I'm saying is, your little game dragged down quite a few innocent souls alongside you.
We will personally escort back home the customers left awestruck by our formidable presence.
This isn't fair. You're wearing way less.
Is this the latest trend now? Getting into the baths while dressed in full armor?
Don't look at me like that. It was he who challenged me. There is no word for flee in the Kremnoan language.
Very well. Let us bring this farce to a close, shall we? Warriors, it's time to get moving.
Cara, na moral.
Alas, the flame chase journey is destined to be a lengthy one, replete with obstacles.
But thanks to those two, all the gloom has vanished into thin air. Well, we just had quite the commotion. It's not every day we find the Marmorial Palace this serene. Shall we continue with our previous plans? Hyacinth, would you care to join us?
Such an empty bath is indeed a rare sight. I was looking forward to unwinding after work. I'd be delighted to accept your invitation, Lady Treeby.
How about we go to the biggest bath?
Let me check. The water temperature feels just perfect.
So, how is the feeling of having the entire bath to yourselves?
It's so good.
But, Lady Treeby, aren't you going to soak in the bath with us?
We will have to pass. After all, we've become children.
Please understand that she can no longer endure the heat of this pool due to the blessings of Yanis.
Oh,
Are you curious about us, Hyacinth?
I am, but something tells me that it might be better to change the topic.
Don't get all nervous. It's not something we can't discuss. The truth is, a long, long time ago, we were a mature adult just like Aggie. Then, because of reasons, we inherited Yanis's divinity and gained the power of passage. And in return, the price we had to pay was the splitting of our soul.
Each opening of the Century Gate intensifies the strain on Treeby and the others. They are gradually regressing towards infancy, both in body and mind.
We don't know what awaits us at the end either, but anyway, that's why we've turned into children.
In that case, when you opened that giant sentry gate above Akama during the battle against Nikador,
Well, there's no way around it. We all know that the flame chase journey won't be a smooth ride.
maybe we can find a way to fix it. The primary research focus of Newsporists is the soul. We explore its depletion and methods to restore dispersed souls. As long as research continues, there might be a breakthrough that can help. We will do everything we can.
So your first reaction is in fact denial. You're indeed an Access student. I look forward to your good news, Hyacinth.
Now there's another reason to look forward to tomorrow.
wrong?
Something's off. It's that strong feeling again. Is it Trian? Wait, no. It's not Trian this
Oh,
time.
meu Deus.
It's Trinan. Trinan is in danger.
Oh, meu Deus.
I win this round of escorting the bathers home.
How does one contender alone make a valid competition?
Offering a compliment or two wouldn't be the end of you, you know.
Haikas.
What is that word? Is that your native tongue?
It means hyena. I'm likening you to a weak hyena. By the way, you emphasize the completely wrong syllable.
Though we've been acquainted for some time, I have rarely heard you talk in the ancient tongue of Kremnos.
It's because I'm not exactly a master at it either. I can listen and read just fine, but when it comes to writing...
You can write?
Cara.
You speak as if you don't have a brain.
That was in jest. I understand. After all, you spent all your childhood wandering far from home.
Worry about yourself first, Deliverer. You also never mention your hometown, apart from when you need to introduce yourself.
Well, it's because there isn't much to say. Ides Elysiae is simply a tiny village that disappeared many years ago in the flames of war. The only times I get to see it are in my dreams, and in the trial from the Lance of Fury.
I knew it.
Yes, I saw it all. Ides Elysiae ablaze with everyone. My family, friends, and my kin, lying in a sea of flames. A blood-red half-sun hung in the sky, just like on that day. And before my eyes, that murderer killed Cyrene. But I saw its form this time. A black cloak, an eerie mask, and a broken giant sword that carried an ominous aura. I fought it in the trial. But even though I've been fighting, improving, and resolutely getting stronger all this time, I still couldn't defeat it.
You were blinded by hatred, and almost lost yourself in that trial.
That's right. And that's why I am truly thankful to you, Mightymouse.
You finally picked up some manners. Better late than never.
Then what about you, Mighty? What did you see in that trial? What do you fear?
There is no word for fear in the Kremnoan language.
I'm getting the feeling that your language has no words at all.
But to answer your question, I saw Akuma in the trial. As well as... my old comrades. Hephaestion. Perdiccas. Ionius. Ptolemy. And Possesta. Ever since I returned from the Sea of Souls, these five have been by my side. We faced life and death together during our days in exile. Those 10 years were arduous, yet filled with moments worth treasuring. Each night, we would gather by the campfire, savoring honey brews and singing our hearts out. The wind in the wilds of Amphoreus smelled like rust. Hephaestion would always tease me about adding goat milk to the honey brew, claiming I ruined the blood-red color of the drink. He had a scrawny figure, but was a relentless force on the battlefield, dispatching foes without so much as a blink. PREGUIÇA was an expert in concocting medicines, delving into all those strange folk remedies. Leonius was a swift runner and our most reliable messenger. Ptolemy was a real bookworm, always spouting off in chapters and verses. When we left Kremnos, he made off with a stack of ancient tomes from the Grand Library. Not like it mattered, as my family owns the library. And then there was Possesta. He was the silent type, but a truly masterful musician.
This is the first time I've heard you mention these 5. And their names.
They died on the battlefield before the Kremnoan detachment managed to join Ankama. PREGUIÇA was the first to go. He was shot in the stomach by a poisonous arrow from the people of Ladon in the 2nd month of cultivation. In the end, his remedies mended all but himself.
Mynameis, do not mourn. I have achieved honor by bestowing a noble death upon the enemy.
Leonius died in the 5th winter. Idonia's snowstorm lasted 3 full months. On the night of the fiercest storm, our foes launched their assault.
Idonia. Is that the city Castorus used to live in?
Yes. Those zealots were as fearless as Kremnoans in the face of death, but they lacked respect for honor. They cornered us in a bottomless swamp. Leonius covered for our retreat. They cut his legs off. He vanished into the mire of a foreign land, his body never to be recovered.
This is perfect. Mynameis, I can finally deliver the news of you ascending the throne to the Nether Realm.
20 dusks later, we finally breached the walls of Idonia and entertained the usurper's plea for peace. However, the rebels refused to surrender and set up an ambush within the city. Ptolemy and his cavalry met their end before they could even relish our triumph. Those obelisks that collapsed after being set on fire became their final resting place.
Mynameis, please tell my family. It was not cunning schemes that vanquished Ptolemy, but the immense weight of Amphoreus' entire history.
Then, it was Possesta. He lured the enemies into the city of Aenionis with his melodies, buying us invaluable time. Our enemies, consumed by indignation when they discovered the trick, set the entire city and my soldiers on fire. His final words were recorded on a small clay tablet, fractured by the flames.
Mynameis, don the crown.
And at last, my most trusted friend, Hephaestion. He was supposed to stand by my side through it all. But a sudden relapse of his illness hit him on the eve of my duel against my father. He hid his condition from me. By the time I returned victorious, he had but a breath left in him.
A Kremnoan dying on a sickbed. I would be a laughingstock to everyone.
Hephaestion, my dear friend, spare your strength. I'll go get a physician.
No need. Even if Perdiccas were here, he couldn't stop destiny from taking me away.
No! None can take you away.
Mynameis, our king, do not shed tears for me. It's not befitting of your status. Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
What a grave trial indeed. Now I understand why you see immortality as a defect, or even a curse.
My father threw me into the Sea of Souls to break the wheel of karma. But little did he realize it would grant me an immortal body and summon a fated revenge on his head. Following his demise, I considered leading my people back to our homeland. Kremnos had already turned it into a wasteland. Only darkness and insanity thrived there. Against the dissent of many, Krateros included, I made the Kremnoan detachment stay in Akama. But I know that their glory will never be doused out. The instant of strife shall inevitably arrive.
If you take over Nikador, then you must begin the journey back to your homeland. So, you hesitate because you think leaving your people in the Holy City is a better choice?
I don't know. But I have never been crowned. And those 5 were never endowed with any titles. None is aware of their glory.
Your predicament is truly complicated. I don't know how I can give you any useful advice. Maybe you could seek counsel from more people, such as the Grand Craftsman. Cartonis' people seem to have been through comparable dilemmas. And that teacher of yours, Krateros?
Dee, we've got a big problem! Big problem!
Lady Tribby, what's making you so flustered?
Hurry up and go save Trinan! She got abducted by Krateros!
Krateros! What's going on?
Mynameis. It seems I was the one who exposed my vulnerabilities first.
Aglaya, I demand an explanation.
This man abducted Trinan by force and forced her to bring him to the vortex of Genesis. He then brazenly stepped into the trial of the Lance of Fury, and naturally failed.
She telling the truth? Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to wait anymore. Your hesitation made me desperate. If you want to run away from your destiny to become king, then keep running. Someone will eventually stand up and fill in the gap left by strife. Then they will lead our people home.
Age has blinded you, teacher. Can't you see that I'm hesitating because of this very recklessness seared into your blood?
Krateros, do you truly believe you're worthy of entering the trial? To blaspheme against the prophecy? Does the mission we Chrysos heirs bear seem like child's play to you?
Do you know how the Kremnoans see you, Aglaya? You're a hypocrite and a megalomaniac. The prophecy of Genesis and the Flame Chase journey are just excuses for you to seize power.
Silence, Kratos. Do you even know what you're saying?
Are you defending this woman, Mighty Mos? How many wars did people start because of her and her so-called prophecy? How many cities fell in the past millennium? Their people massacring each other. Even if this so-called Genesis really exists, will there be a place for the Kremnoans in that new world?
Are you done talking? By agreement between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, those who trespass upon the vortex of Genesis need not be tried by the Council. I am allowed to pass judgment alone. Kratos, your actions are unforgivable. I hereby sentence you.
Aggie, wait! We have a proposal! Someone has to resolve this conflict between the cities. Lord Kratos did not use violence to harm us. We can sense that his anxiety stems from his concern for his people's future. Please, Aglaya, hear us out first.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, Lord Kratos. We were so preoccupied with deciphering the fragments of prophecy that we neglected those of you not favored by its message. Your accusations were harsh, but justified. We wish to earn your trust and those of the Kremnoans. I think the best way to do that is to take you to witness the source of the prophecy for yourself.
How are you going to show me something that has no form?
You've heard about that Outlander, right? She has somehow made a connection with Orynyx and can completely replicate scenes from the past. We will ask for her aid. Tomorrow, at the Abyss of Fate in the Temple of Yanisopolis, we will show you everything from that distant memory, Kratos.
A fair proposal. I accept.
Until then, you will be stripped of your freedom. That is my one condition, and I will brook no argument.
It is not the first time I've been made someone else's prisoner. Do as you please, demigod.
Teacher, why did you do this?
Forgive me, young master. But I just cannot wait any longer. Ever since your father died, our people and I have been waiting for a day to revive Kremnos. We placed all of our hopes in you, but never received an answer.
This obsession for returning home has become a sickness for our people. Wise as you are, I refuse to believe that you can't see the truth.
You have a clear head, which is why you're also incomparably alone. A smart person can only choose to tangle himself with the mundane of this world. If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos. Just as you did back then.
A fierce fighter. I did not expect such heroism from a feeble Acheman. Fulfill your duty as the victor, warrior, and tell me your name. I seek an honorable death from you.
As if you have any honor! Listen closely. I am the leader of the Kremnoan detachment, Mighty Mos. I'm here to finish you, father.
It is you, the beast spurned by all. So you did defy death. The prophecy was true. You will bring an end to my Kremnoan dynasty.
Defy? You're wrong. Death fears me. It's the reason I have this body of steel. As for you, you already stand at death's door, Father. You were the one who threw me into the Sea of Souls. The one who tried in vain to enslave a Titan. And the one who desecrated the body of a god. Hyakis! You're a weak king. So weak that even the lowliest hyena is a more noble existence than you. And now, fate's reckoning is upon you.
Then swing your blade. Take my crown. Coronate yourself with an old king's blood and inherit it all. Become the new rightful king of Kremnos.
No. I don't want the crown. Listen. There's only one end for the kings of Kremnos. Then the crown means nothing to me. All I want is your life. To avenge Mother and my comrades.
But the walls of Kremnos will not fall with me. Do you truly think you can escape fate's grasp, my son? You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear. Now, kill me! The son of Gorgo is destined to be crowned in blood!
Kratos. He said the Grand Craftsman Cartonus might have some suggestions. Might as well go see him. Grand Craftsman, how have you been?
King of Kremnos it is. That you would come, I knew.
You knew I was coming?
Your matters, I've heard. The path forward you seek. Many questions you have. But before that, take this.
What's this?
A signet ring. For the King of Kremnos. Belonged to your mother. Recast and restore it. I did.
What? Mother threw it into the Sea of Souls.
A long time to fish out it took. Very fortunate we were.
I can hardly imagine how much patience and courage it must have taken to find such a small signet ring in the Sea of Souls. I owe you one.
Gratitude there is no need for. Repayment for saving me, this is. Questions you bring with you? Ask, now.
Fate I've always denied has finally caught up to me. By all rights, I should accept Strife's authority. It would make everyone happy. The Chrysos heirs, the Council of Elders, the Kremnoans. Even the bards who will write it all into song.
Yet hesitate still you do. Hesitate, why do you, young king?
Because of my people. Be they men, women, the elderly, or children. The hearts of all Kremnoans yearn for home. They've all been waiting for this day, for the day their king returns. Children of strife would then be able to go home and embrace the old traditions. Never mind that most of them have only ever been heard in these so-called traditions in song. They would then gather around their king and throw themselves into battle.
This is not a good thing, you believe.
The Kremnoans have been trapped in a cycle of bloodshed for the past 1,000 years. They seek vengeance, start wars, become prosperous, and decline. How much innocent blood flowed into the River of Souls in all those years? How many needless sacrifices could we have avoided? If I accept that fate and become the totem of strife, that lead my people into repeating the same mistakes, then of course I would be terrified. I'd be terrified of becoming king.
A different kind of Kremnoan you truly are.
Rapaz, esse homem é o bicho.
Mama! I had a dream last night.
Oh. Now what did you dream about, my darling Trebios?
I had a dream that I turned into many me's. Then we made the moon into a ship and made the stars into our sails. Then we floated on the ocean and let the wind blow us in any direction it wanted.
Well, that sounds like a lovely dream.
Yeah! The ocean and the sky were really, really dark. But there were so many of me that I wasn't scared at all, because we'd all sing together. The ocean wind blew us onto an island where the wind tasted like flowers. There were bleating sheep and chirping birds inviting us to be their guests. There were so many animals on the island, but none of them ever fought.
Giannis's holy maidens can receive guidance from the god of passages. Perhaps what you saw in your dream is a divine land somewhere in Amphoreus.
You think so?
What's wrong, Trebios? You look unhappy.
Because on that same island, I saw a dark mountain on the other side of the ocean. And it was very, very tall. The mountain looked alive, and it kept getting closer to the island. Then I realized it wasn't a mountain, but a very, very tall wave made of water. When the wave smashed against the island, it looked like it was going to eat the island up. The small animals tried to chase it away, but they couldn't stop it. Then there was a bang and I woke up.
A dark wave.
Mama, does something that scary exist in real life?
Yes. Unfortunately, it does exist in Amphoreus, but it's very far away from our temple. We call it the Black Tide, though it has nothing to do with water. It has no shape or form, but it can swallow up animals, humans, and even titans, turning them all into monsters.
Oh, the Black Tide is a baddie. I don't want everyone to turn into its food. Can't we chase it away?
Of course, my dear. You only need to behave well and listen to what the adults tell you. Study all the knowledge and etiquette you need, then grow up and become a proper holy maiden. The divine Giannis will then give you guidance and help you light the way for the people.
Whoa, I'm gonna eat a lot and study a lot and become a holy maiden. But Mama, you said the black tide can swallow up titans too. What do we do if even Yanis is eaten?
If that happens, then the Holy Maiden will have to be the one to guide people on the right path. After all, we are the human avatars of the God of Passages, yeah?
Yeah.
But one person alone is not enough. Once you're older, you'll make a lot of friends. You must do your best to unite them, because that's also our duty as priests.
Friends? Are they also like me and Mama with pretty red hair?
They might not, but they'll certainly be just as smart and kind as you.
Mama? Am I dreaming?
Don't be silly, dear. Of course you're not dreaming. I've always been by your side.
What?
Now be a good girl and call your friends over too. Well, let's play hide and seek, just like we used to, okay? My Trebios is the smartest girl. I'm sure they remember where everyone is hiding.
The voice sounds so far away. I don't remember. Who am I looking for?
Your friends, who will chase the black tide away alongside you, of course.
Is this from my child? Use the spindle to connect everyone.
There will be an amazing captain on that big ship. She's cheerful, optimistic, bold, and cautious. She'll be able to get everyone together.
Wow, that's amazing! Can I be the captain?
Of course you can. But you'll find someone else who's better for the job, my dear. I think that person lives in a beautiful temple that sits atop a hillside, covered in golden fig trees. There's a noble girl there who's very smart, but also very delicate.
Just like Mama?
Nossa.
Perhaps. But before we find the captain, the ship also needs someone who can navigate it. Who could that be?
Let me think.
A mãe da Trebius é a voz...
I know! She's Trebi! I named this doll after myself?
É a mulher do...
I don't remember
do trailer.
at all. Is this a dream? Or something that happened in the past? It's packed full. Mama must have left all of these for me. All the words are blurred out. Could it be that my memory is fading? Bad chest! You can't lock me away! Huh? Why is this doll inside a chest? It's holding a sword. Why?
Many years later, many brave warriors will board this ship. They're skilled combatants who fear no danger.
Ooh, I can learn how to fight too and protect everybody!
Silly girl. You're Yanisopoulos' holy maiden. It's not your duty to fight. There will be many others to protect you.
Alright. Then where will they come from?
I believe one warrior hails from a lovely village where bulrushes flourish, while another comes from a magnificent royal city. Though each has their own troubles, both are ready to lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
In that case, let Trianne fight by their side. This way, they'll always stay on course. How could I have known the name Trianne back then? Was it just a coincidence, or... Learning can change your destiny.
When navigating at sea, you need to know both astronomy and geography.
Isn't Yanis's knowledge enough?
Oh, sweetie. The ocean isn't like the land. It's easy to get lost. That's why it's important to learn to recognize the miracle of Aquila.
Alright! Even though my brain is already super duper smart, I'll still try my very best!
Circe also favors children who try their best. They will send a wise scholar as everyone's teacher to help you reach your dreams.
I want to be a teacher too! Oh, wait, I'm super duper smart. So I want to be the teacher's teacher!
Why not? But if you're going to be a teacher, you might need to tone down that hyper energy of yours.
Then Trinan can do it! She's well behaved and would make a great teacher. Mama and the others always said that I had a great memory. But now, I can't even tell if this is a memory or a dream.
Come, let's line them up. Now, Trebios, set them on this music box and let them compose a melody for our song.
Music box? What's that?
Sweetheart, are you still groggy from your nap? You invented it.
I invented it? What does it do?
Oh, my lovely Trebi. You're usually so bright. What's gotten into you today? Well, you might as well see for yourself. Put your good friends on it and see the wonders it can do.
Put the dolls on. It's rotating, and I can hear something.
That's right. It's a music box. If you place the dolls in the right spots, it will start rotating and play beautiful music. Out of all your inventions, this one is my favorite.
I don't remember.
It's all right, my child. I'll sing along to the tune, and it will help jog your memories. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raised their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided calamity's gate. They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Thus you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? O great Kefali, all-knowing father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall. With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden blood spills unto the land, converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic heirs of this world.
What's going on?
Oh yes, please lend me your ears. In the black mist, as death and fate draw close, on the bloodied earth, the living dead, but ghosts. What is this world? It mirrors your maze-like fate. What is this world? A silent lament without a trace. What is the past? Wandering ghosts that linger. What is the future? Souls scattered by fate's finger. What is the start? A voyage born in solitude. What is the end? A spirit, lonely and subdued. Lonely and subdued. And subdued. And subdued. 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 Hurry! Run! Traitors, run! The black tide has arrived!
Where can I go? What's this? Why? Why are there dolls everywhere?
This is the sacrifice of a holy maiden. You won't make it to the end. Only one person can.
I know! It's fine if we can't reach the end. Our minds are made up.
Go. Bid your farewells, Trees. Time is running out.
Mama, are you going to leave me?
My sweet girl. I will never leave you. But remember this, Trevios. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Since your mind is made up, then traverse the black tide and dispel the fog for Amphoreus. I shall see you tomorrow, my dearest Trevios.
Are we still in a dream?
Did you have a nightmare?
Maybe. But it's been a long time since we had any dreams.
It's not yet the entry hour. You still have plenty of time to rest.
No. Our heart is still racing.
It must be that reckless Kremnoan soldier who startled Trinan, and you as well. If you want, I can pierce through his chest with the golden thread right now.
Aggie, cut it out with the scary talk.
I'm just kidding. If I were serious, I wouldn't have waited until now. Do you want to talk about the dream? Keeping it bottled up is not good for your health.
We had a dream about Mama. The dream itself was nothing. It's just the timing that feels a bit unsettling.
You mean...
It's Trianne. Even if we refrain from ever using the power of the Century Gate again, her soul continues to slowly drift away from her body. There isn't much time left.
Perhaps it wouldn't be such a bad idea to let her relinquish her role as the gatekeeper and live out her days as a carefree child.
You have a point, Aggie, but our decision has already been made on that matter.
I believe there's still another way.
Souls will be spent until they dissolve into dust. Such is our fate. Once we had a whole and connected body. If that body were a tree, then its trunk and branches would share the same fate, decaying at the same pace. Now, we are fragmented into numerous selves. Despite the absence of a trunk, we are offered another possibility. We can choose how our branches will perish in a way that is most beneficial to the Flame Chase journey.
Compared with saying farewell to one person, watching many fade away before me is even more sorrowful.
But advancing is the destined end of Yanis's trial. There's no retreat in our path. Don't feel sad about saying goodbye to us. We've already agreed on this, right?
It won't be long before I forget what sorrow tastes like.
So, what would you like for breakfast, Aggie?
What? Where did that come from?
After all this talking, we are feeling a bit hungry. Plus, it's nearly the entry hour now. Do you remember when we first met, Aggie? You were still a little one, and we caught you secretly eating oatmeal late at night.
While my emotions might be fading, those memories are still as vivid as ever, teacher. Please, let me do it. What would you like to eat?
It's fine! Leave it to us. You should rest for now. It won't take long, and we'll call you when it's done.
In that case, thank you.
Then, see you tomorrow, Aggie. Nevertheless, that nightmare is ominous. Memories are slipping away, even the image of Mama. Just as expected, another trip must be made into the abyss of fate. Hopefully Orynyx will be willing to help us.
Long time no see, Professor Anaxa.
Who are you?
It's been a while. I'm the one who once overthrew the entire classroom in that spiritual physics lecture.
Oh, it's you.
No way. Do you really still remember that, Professor?
I remember that glib tongue of yours. What brings you here? Surely you're not here to reminisce.
You could tell.
Of course. You only beat around the bush when you have a hidden agenda.
That's not true. I'm here to seek enlightenment, as always. Could you please teach me everything you know about the black-robed swordmaster?
Rumors sure travel fast. Unfortunately, I too know nothing about it. I can only tell you that it is clad in a black robe and wields a greatsword. At least, it looks like a greatsword. It's shaped like a twisted half-sun, and a peculiar dagger resembling a crescent moon. By the way, take this with you. I got it from the sneak attack. It's yours now.
Oh. I was right. It is this thing. The one who torched Aedes Elysiae to the ground. And killed everyone.
Don't try to be a hero. No one in Akama stands a chance against that thing right now.
Is that what the Titan said as well?
Not at first. But the god relented after having had a taste of its power. Even with the god possessing me, I couldn't fight against that blade. That incredible power doesn't seem to be granted by any Titan.
Are you suggesting that it originates from beyond Amphoreus?
It's possible. Much like the Black Tide, no?
Nonetheless, it's an enemy we must overcome.
We? Drop the pipe dream, Finon. No one wants to see you fall by their blade.
His mere presence will endanger the Holy City and the Flame Chase.
You know that I don't believe.
You don't believe in the so-called prophecy, I know. However, I'm here to seek your assistance, not at the request of Aglaya or Tribi. I just want to eliminate a threat to the city I pledged to protect. That's all. The tragedy at the Grove must never happen again.
Take a seat. Since you are sincerely seeking enlightenment, I suppose I can tell you one more thing.
What's wrong, Trian? Nothing. Just remembering what happened at the Grove. Monster in the black cloak. So scary. Everyone in danger. Nightmare. I can't forget. Don't be scared. There are no bad guys here. Didn't you save everyone with the Century Gate, Trian? Trian threw it away. Far, far away. It's never coming back. We got back safe from the Grove because of you, Trian. You're the reason the Flame Chase journey can continue. Sorry. Trian feels a bit dizzy. Why are we here again? For the same thing, of course. Remember? Tomorrow we will reveal the prophecies past to everyone. But first, we need to restore the memories that have been blurred by the fragmentation. We hope to present the full truth to everyone, without hiding anything. Since Yanis caused the fragmentation, we can only turn to another Titan or an X for help. Also, remember to get breakfast ready for Aggie before the lucid hour tomorrow. Oh, yes! Trian remembers now. Oh, on that note, we had better prepare some saffron before we meet with the Titan. Saffron? Huh, it's an essential offering for rituals in the Temple of the Three Fates. You think we shouldn't go to Orynyx empty-handed? Yes, it's also a symbol of Yanisopolis. If we are to replicate memories, we need to use something that has experienced those days. And when we first met Aggie, we added that to the porridge we made for her, and she really loved it. I see! It's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone! But it all depends on whether Orynyx is willing to help us. This could be a problem. After all, it was us who took the core flame from Yanis, from Orynyx's kin. We will have to give it a try. If there's truly no other way... In our current state, we probably can't do anything to them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Leave it to Trianne. Trianne knows how to play cute. In any case, let's look for Saffron first. I hope there's still some left in the temple, untouched by Mikador's soldiers. I remember that aged saffron is preserved in sealed jars. Let's be on the lookout as we
Olhem
go.
só. Depois de tanto e tanto tempo, nosso recap acabou. Cadê meu jogo? Mano, meu jogo não tá aparecendo. Ah, não. Eu fiz uma besteira aqui. Pera aí, deixa eu consertar tudo aqui. Tem como eu chamar isso aqui sem... se pá que não. Calma aí. Deixa eu botar o fui almoçar aqui rapidão. Cadê o fui almoçar? Estou back. Meu Deus, cadê o Musei? Não tô achando o Musei. Alô a todos. Gente, que historinha, tá? Pera aí, eu perdi o Musei. Cadê o Musei? Pronto. Musei. Gente, é o seguinte. Essa história está uma coisa de louco. Essa história está uma coisa de louco. Porque... Tá, qual vai ser? Vai ser esse aqui, né? Vai ser esse aqui. Ela tá simplesmente muito boa. Muito boa. Eu botei agora a história ficou tensa. Eu não sei nem se ela ficou tensa, mas ela tá um negócio absurdo. Tá um negócio absurdo. Então estamos de volta, gente, com o Star Rail. Pronto, já consegui mexer em tudo aqui. Sejam muito bem-vindos again and again. E hoje eu tô usando um time muito inspirado pelo meu mano Kish, que tá aí no chat. Então salve Kish, salve todo mundo, Eduardo Lívia. Que eu tô usando a Akron de novo. Eu ia falar um negócio, mas ia ser muito asiático, questionável, eu não vou. Minha personagem favorita aqui do jogo, a mais forte na minha opinião. E faz muito tempo que eu não uso ela, então eu vou usar aqui. E bem, primeiramente sobre essa história, gente, eu adorei, cara. Eles estão botando uma complexidade atrás de complexidade. Tem várias coisas acontecendo ao mesmo tempo. Tem o Final, tem o My Day, tem a questão aqui da Tributes. E o bagulho tá insano. E honestamente, eu nem sei direito... Pera, cadê a história? Ih, pera aí. Tem que dar o switch to POV, eu nem me liguei nisso. E a gente tem que fazer um monte de coisa aqui no meio. Pera aí, eu não tava com o time pronto aqui, calma aí. Pô, era bom a gente usar a Tribute aqui pra aproveitar, né, que a gente não tem, mas nem vou fazer isso. Inclusive, eu preferiria usar a Black Swan, só que eu não vou usar porque o Welt vai conseguir quebrar melhor. Rapaziada, o Welt está aqui também, o Welt está aqui, Lívia, é isso. Então vamos lá, gente, pô, tô adorando essa história. Tipo, eu já gostava bastante do My Day como personagem. Pô, tomei até um susto aqui, mano.
What? Aggie?
Inclusive, vamos ter um momento aqui pra apreciar que eu não falei isso pra vocês, mas eu troquei minha placa de vídeo. E por isso que eu jogo agora com... Pera aí, deixa eu até tirar meu poder aqui. Por isso que eu jogo com tipo, a temperatura, o desempenho do computador aqui no meu segundo monitor agora, pra eu ver se tá tudo dando certo. Porque eu troquei de placa de vídeo e eu botei os gráficos bons. Nossos gráficos estão bons aqui. Então apreciem, vocês podem... Ó, toma esse print aqui. Vocês podem ver de uma live para outra que esse negócio aqui do Crisis Leo, não lembro exatamente o nome dele, era muito mais feio. Então, enfim, vamos dar o prosseguimento aqui. Eu acho que eu vou fazer um recap da história no final, mas vambora. Vambora. Basicamente, estamos aqui com o trio de crianças indo falar com o... Não é o Orynyx. É o Orynyx? É o Orynyx, então vambora. E ela tá baseando na gente, no Trailblazer ajudar.
Yeah, I saw it. Was that a warning from Oryx? What are you two whispering about? Treeby? Treenan? Treen can't even hear our own telecommunication.
Essa história tá ficando pesada, inclusive.
Treen suddenly feels like this place is quite familiar.
Papo reto. Digo com Ray Tracing? Yes. Exatamente. Não sei se Star Rail suporta Ray Tracing, mas eu também não vou abusar, porque eu troquei minha placa de vídeo, eu não troquei meu cooler. Não sei. Inclusive, eu tô muito triste com esse jogo, porque a Trien é minha favorita. E ela foi a que já tomou no lesco, tá ligado? Já própria. Pera aí, eu esqueci de ligar isso aqui. Vambora. Meu Deus, a Trien tá realmente esperando a gente ali.
It appeared again.
Tristeza. Ih, tomou spoiler? Putz. Aí não dá.
I summon thee, Oryx. Stir up ripples of past reverie.
Por que eles fizeram isso justo com a Trien, velho? Na moral.
We should read it first.
A gente não vou ler isso aqui não, vou dar uma passada aqui, se alguém quiser printar depois, dar um pause e tal. Por favor, façam isso.
Wait.
Eu não acho que eles esperam que alguém leia isso.
A letter? It mentions something about Saffron and Treebios? Isn't that name...
Então.
Never mind that for now. Why is this letter here? And how did Trien sense it? Could it be our lost memories? Is it possible that we were already noticed by Oryx and entered their trial? But why haven't they said a word? Oryx has the whims of a child. Perhaps they're toying with us on purpose. Come on, this isn't the right time to be playing games.
Alright.
Separation and death, reconciliation.
Ah, cala a boca. Meu Deus, Trien, tu tá com tudo.
Treenan, look what I found! Is this the safari?
Não, é Saffron.
Coming! We'll take a look. But Trien, there's nothing in here. What? It was right in the stolium. Huh? There's really nothing here. That can't be! I swear I saw it!
Vou falar, Eduardo, você tá tomando tanto spoiler da história do jogo me assistindo, cara. Tu acabou de sair de Area 6.
Why aren't you saying anything? Trien can't seem to hear you at all.
Meu Deus, sério?
We were just lost in our thoughts. Don't worry, Trien. What you saw was likely, Yana's hair. We must have startled it away. Okay. Could Oryx be trying to make us falter? But why would they do that? Something feels off. Treeby, don't you think this temple is a little too quiet? What do you mean? It might just be an illusion, but Treenan wonders. Is Oryx really putting us through a trial?
Oh, meu pai.
Still no luck finding any safari. I suppose we can do without it. Let's try to convince Oryx. At least they didn't toss us out straight away.
Então, é uma boa ideia os três virem aqui sozinhos, sem, tipo, ninguém junto.
Whoa, Treeby, Trinen, look at this! So cool!
Pô, não achei não, hein, rapaziada.
Or so many of us now!
Gente.
Man,
Pô, como é que... Pô, é sério que eu tomei body block da... Eu tomei body block da boneca, cara. Bateu biela.
really quiet in here. Won't Titans live in dark places like this?
Não tem ninguém lá. Pô, esse lugar aqui me dá uma... dá um probleminha, tá? Porque eu tenho tassalofobia. Tassalofobia? Sei lá, talassofobia eu acho que é o nome. Falar tassalo é muito mais fácil, inclusive. Sorry, está virando jogo de terror, sim. Ai, gente, isso vai dar caô, tá? Isso vai dar caô.
What's going on? Oryx disappeared?
Ah, tiraram a gente dali. Não. Não acredito. Eu não acredito.
Are you saying that the black-robed swordmaster is not just tied to the Black Tide, but is also hunting for core flames everywhere?
This is the most plausible possibility.
Oops.
First, it has a vessel that can hold core flames. Second, I'm one of its targets. Let's start with the first premise. Its peculiar ceremonial blade can interact with a core flame, as evidenced by the pull I felt when it stabbed into my chest. I hypothesize that the blade can sense, absorb, or even retain core flames. The second premise is even more explicit. When it was engaged in fierce battle with many of us and was heavily distracted, it remained consistently focused on me. Or rather, on the Titan Circes inside me.
So it's plundering the flames. But if your argument holds up, wouldn't he be headed to Akama soon? The vortex of Genesis is full of the Titan's core flames.
Not necessarily. Let's call that person the Flame Reaver for now. If my presumption holds, that person has 3 targets. The first target is me. The second target is Oryx, who hasn't yet fallen. And the third is Akama and the Vortex of Genesis, where the core flames are housed.
Ô, Kish, tu tem que parar com isso, cara. Eu juro, eu pausei só porque eu tava tentando ficar sério. Você fez os 2 piores comentários possíveis pra hora de eu ficar sério. Ó, tá vendo, Anaxagoras? Você tomou a lá o nerdola. Ah, cara.
But I suspect Akama won't be their first target. Kefali's core flame is guarded by the Council of Elders' arcane power. And Fagusa's water curtain should be able to block out any external perceptions.
What about Thanatos and Aquila? Their core flames are yet to be restored?
The whereabouts of Thanatos remain a mystery to all. As for Aquila, can you fly?
No, I can't. Why are you asking that?
Can that Swordmaster fly?
Good point. But what if he does grow wings?
If they had wings, I wouldn't have made it out of the grove alive.
That's a relief. Anyway, since the Flame Reaver has 2 targets, we need to move fast.
With the distances between Akama, the grove, and these potential targets, I believe we should bolster our defenses and...
Ah, meu Deus, chegou o mudo. Ok. Digamos que bateu biela. Então, alguém vai ter que usar o Century Gate, hein, rapaziada? Senão...
Did they foresee that we were coming and hide in the fog? Or...
Medinho, medinho. E peraí, meu mouse tá no meio do nada.
We should leave. This temple has other people in it. What?
Ah, Triane, você vai fazer... Gente, eu tô morrendo por dentro.
Footsteps. Fast ones. 3 or 4 people coming this way.
Ah, meu Deus, a Triane já meteu o pé.
We need to hide. Whoever they are, we can't let them see us. Trinan, come check us out.
Oh. Esse jogo tá me matando aos pouquinhos.
Trian feels like it's so familiar.
Meu Deus do céu.
See you tomorrow. Where am I? Little gray, snowy, and wait, where's Trian? Is she back?
We only saw the two of you collapsed on the side of the road when we arrived.
Danny and I looked around, but we couldn't find any traces of Lady Trian.
What about the black-robed swordmaster?
Blast it! Of course it's him. We were still too late. I fear something bad has happened to Orynyx's core flame.
Then Lady Trian...
She doesn't have much divine power left. We can barely sense anything.
Ih, gente, não sei se eu consigo continuar não, hein.
That you're both safe is already a blessing.
Gente.
Everyone, we must take action now. We should split into 2 groups. One group will stay in the Abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements, then search for Trian's whereabouts. The other group will come with me to pursue the black-robed swordmaster and recover the core flame. I didn't get to tell you this before, but Anaxa and I already have our misgivings about the Black Tide, so we've made preparations. I'll tell you the details as we move. Opportunities are fleeting on the battlefield. We should hurry.
Lord Finan! Lady Trevi and Lady Trinan. I'm glad you're all right.
Did Aglaya's people get here?
Yes. Lady Aglaya already knows about the situation and sent along a message. Finan, I understand that Swordmaster is of great importance to you. But if you charge in without a plan, I fear that you won't be the only one who dies in vain.
I understand. Hatred is a hero's deadliest poison. I have no intention of fighting alone. If that Swordmaster really is related to the Black Tide, the Chrysos heirs must not take them lightly. I have indeed planned to return to the Holy City and discuss the strategy with Aglaya. We'll need all the help we can get for this encirclement.
will stay in the abyss too. That way, both sides can communicate with each other if anything happens.
Thank you, everyone. Partner, Treeby, let's go.
Gente, esse jogo
We're
tá
back,
do mal,
Claire.
tá?
You should have come to me first, Finan.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Akuma is currently in grave danger.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession. I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment. Finan, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
This being is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Yes, just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap. Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Cersei's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss, so he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side. She is the key.
Oh meu Deus. Valeu, Kisha. Tamo junto, mano. Boa noite, cara. Até a próxima. Obrigado por ter assistido esse pedação.
We need your other companion too.
Ma'am, do you mean me?
Cara, eles têm que parar de fazer a meme falar esquisito e certo do
battlefield
nada.
you mentioned. Is it Castrum Crimnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with her companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Kremnos' past. That will be the key to our victory. We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside. Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver in the maze of time.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Akuma. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape. It's very clever, using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
Ela acabou de falar direito, ela volta a falar em meme.
Oh, come on!
Cara, eles têm que parar com isso. Eles...
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident. By the way, the Council
Sempre
of
que ela fala
Elders
direito,
declared
ela
a
me
state of
quebra.
emergency when Treeby went missing. Kynus and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove, and are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the Chrysos heirs have outlived their usefulness, and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with eventually. But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Castorus ahead to the Council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being.
Finan, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go and retrieve the core flame, and in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Tamo junto, Eduardo. Até a próxima. Pô, não gostei desse Prepare as Lágrimas não, hein? Valeu, mano. Tamo junto. Obrigado por ter assistido aí.
Once again, but Arkema is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
Ué. Ih, peraí, eu não tava aqui.
I may not be as masterful as Trian when it comes to the Century Gate, but even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough time.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anaxa's capabilities.
Anaxa, inclusive, Lívia, eu tinha certeza que você ia gostar do Anaxa, tá?
He can do it.
We are grateful to you for your aid, and to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May carefully sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
É real, cadê a Cassius?
You mean Mighty? He's dealing with
a
a
Cassius
different problem. Don't worry, that man would never miss out on this fight.
Cara, inclusive, eu adoro o Final, mano. Eu quero conseguir ele agora. Eu lembrei do quanto que eu gosto dele nessa missão, cara. O cara é muito bom.
Farewell, my dear friend. You must.
Caraca, ele vai pegar o Strife.
You and I, we are both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos.
I knew you'd be here.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
That's right. It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain Breaker?
Sounds like you've spoken with Cartonus. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller, right?
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways. Cartonus told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering, living a simple and peaceful life away from strife. But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around him.
He sounds a lot like you.
Yes, that is why he too faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, during one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Ladonians stationed at the foot of the mountain. The Ladonians were at war with their arch-enemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news. Ladonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer safe. Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news to his people. But...
let me guess. They refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
That's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry and sad. But he didn't give up. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done?
Lead my people on a resistance, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what Geocles did. He took the mountain dwellers' store of gemstones and traded them with the Ladonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain. That great fire marked the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the holy city. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune. They
were hunted by Kremnoans or enslaved. Indeed, that is undeniably also part of their history. But that is Geocles for you. The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many, but historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think that is? It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy. He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ashes, and then forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
You've made up your mind, haven't you?
I'll be leaving Akama soon to fight the great darkness of this world, and to shoulder Nikador's destiny. So, listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, and I stand opposed to the flame chase, remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot, and the only way to kill me.
You have my word.
Go now. The battlefield calls. Send that flame-thieving hyena to their death. If you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky. Loudly call out the name of the new god.
That's the sound of an all-out war. Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise on his own. Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead. No way. A Cremnoan? I didn't think she'd manage to send the Cremnoans to assist. Brave warrior, what's the situation on the front line?
Ackerman, why are you here?
What? Didn't Aglaya tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
Aglaya, that vile usurper. I spit on her name. Our king will be back soon. He'll be able to deal with you and that black robe.
The Cremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever. Did they come to fight on their own accord? Or...
I can still fight. You must become king. Nigador is with us!
We're almost there.
I can't see.
Once we take back the core flame, Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate.
Ih, meu Deus, eu tava mutado. Pera aí. Nem sei o que eu falei no momento, mas enfim. A história tá... Ó, cinema. Puro cinema, o bagulho tá incrível. Incrível mesmo, a história está muito boa. E outra coisa, eu gosto muito do Final, eu vou roubar ele de você, Lívia. É isso.
The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mighty said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield.
Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us.
Yo!
Finally.
Pent in the memories of the dead! Executioner!
Nossa!
You sure know how to keep a man waiting. Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed me.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Ah, cala a boca. Mentira, as forças é da hora. Não era vida difícil, não. Isso aí pra lá, foi. Pô, vamos contar quantos amores à primeira vista você teve aqui? Porque foram alguns. Não tem problema não, minha esposa é essa daqui.
Let's big stand down.
Familiar. Watch your head.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Hedge your bets. It's on me.
Destined for oblivion.
Leave it to me.
Eu tô vendo aqui se vai dar para eu
Sure, I'll spend freely.
seguir com esse time.
Or maybe
Melhor a gente deixar quieto essa parte.
Watch your head.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Been trying to overwhelm us with numbers.
Ow!
Take them out.
Oh, what a spirited display, deliverer.
Já vi que a gente vai ter que resetar, hein, rapaziada. Vou fazer um negócio aqui. Eu vou meter a Aglaia mesmo pra gente manter tudo sob controle.
I'm on it, well, Mr. Yang.
Eu tinha esquecido disso. Será que vale a pena a gente meter a Fushuan aqui?
With you on our side, we're destined for victory.
Eu não sei realmente quem. Eu acho que eu vou. Não, eu vou meter a Brownia mesmo. Cara, eu acabei de lembrar um negócio muito bom, né? Eu gostei muito de você ter ignorado uma das paradas que eu falei aí no meio. Foi bem caos.
Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed me.
Frail child of humanity, it is more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
Inclusive, esse personagem aqui eu dei pull só por causa das animações. Behold.
Yet stratagems, constellations, are human creations.
Eles se superaram nessa daqui mesmo. Fala pra vocês. A Fushuan vai passar por um momento muito difícil da vida dela aqui, tá?
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Eu lembro o que era, mas eu não vou... mano. Mas eu não vou poder estar falando, não. Cara, eu não sei quem que eu vou usar aqui de sustain. Cara, eu acho que eu vou meter a Rua e fé. Eu não sei o que eu vou fazer aqui. Ela vai morrer sempre. Já entendemos, Anaxágoras. Estamos entendidos.
Frail child of humanity, it is more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Lend me your strength. I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Depois eu conto, relaxa. Em live eu não vou falar de novo, não. Ai.
Lend me your strength.
Countless threads. All with us our fates become one.
Mas eu tenho a dúvida de quem eu acho... não, tô pensando aqui. Quem que eu acho o personagem mais bonito do jogo? 3 opções. Acheron, Aglaia ou Sparkle. A Sparkle é um absurdo, tá? Tô falando na questão feminina porque é onde eu trabalho. Cadê meu? Vou te ajudar, relax. Ih, caralho, morreu todo mundo. Foi só eu virar pro lado, cara. Inclusive, peraí, eu quero trocar a ordem da rapaziada. Acho que eu vou trocar vocês dois de lugar. E aí já tá na moral. Gente, como sempre, isso aqui vai demorar 50 anos, então já se preparem.
Frail child of humanity, it is more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Lend me your strength.
Ai. Esse bicho baixo muito forte, cara. Não tô gostando, não.
This battle, lend me your strength.
Cara, será que eu vou ter que meter o louco e botar 2 sustains aqui? Fazer o old school?
Thus our fates become one.
Tem que fazer um momento school mesmo. Ai, vou ter que fazer isso mesmo, tá, gente? Calma aí. Deixa eu pensar então. Não, acho que eu vou deixar ela no 4 mesmo. A única coisa que eu vou fazer é trocar ela de lugar com a Aventurine. Gente! Ou eu sou muito ruim, o que não é o caso, ou o bagulho que tá tenso.
Frail child of humanity, it is more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Hedge your bets. It's on me.
Tá, eu vou ser muito inteligente com o meu uso de skill point aqui. Vejamos.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Countless, thus our fates become one. All light be revealed.
Tá, dá para usar mais um desse aqui.
The dice have been kept. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
You're trying to overwhelm us with numbers.
Ai, morreu já.
Take them out.
Oh, what a spirited display, deliverer.
Gente, eu tô tendo problema com todos os boss desse negócio, velho.
Spend freely.
Cara, o pior é que, tipo, meus personagens são bem buildados, mano. Se eu não conseguir fazer isso daqui, é porque é impossível. Nossa, gostei da música, hein?
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
A Glaia é muito. Não é pouco, não. Não é pouco, não. O design dela é muito bem feito. Ai, vamos quebrar ele, graças a Deus. Porra, a gente quebrou ele e ele voltou já, cara. Ajuda a gente, Aventurine. Putz, eu acho que não era pra eu ter feito isso.
Is that thing so fragile, like a wisp of silk?
Tem um negócio aqui.
Watch your head.
Me deram uma ideia boa. Eu fui ver aqui uma dica de time pra usar. Eu vou ficar aqui até amanhã. Não, isso aí eu tenho certeza. Pô, me deram uma ideia boa do que usar. Vamos lá, se der caô mais uma vez, a gente faz a boa.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
Is that the I said had to dance?
O Maiden ainda vai chegar pra ajudar a gente, é só durar até lá.
No dirty tricks. Watch your head.
Eu tô achando engraçado eu jogando de double sustain, cara. Deixa eu já puxar isso aqui. Aí volta. Isso aqui. Cara, você tá falando que eu vou ficar aqui até amanhã porque você não me viu na boss fight do Aventurine. O Aventurine... eu fiquei 1h30 fazendo o Aventurine. Pera, quem que é o bonitão sem camisa? É o Mynameisdiggs? Ah, é, só pode ser o Mynameisdiggs, faz sentido. Oh. A gente já vai puxar a coisa de volta agora. Nossa, 1h30. Eu cortei a live, porque eu fiquei 1h30 fazendo. Teve uma hora que eu tirei o headphone, botei um fonezinho e fiquei escutando música. Porque a música do Aventurine era muito boa também. Eu preciso dar esse crédito when it's due. Era muito boa. I'll crush them all.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Cara, eu sou perseverante, mas eu tava em live, tá ligado? Aí não dá pra desistir. Só. Inclusive eu já recebi mensagem da nossa amiga falando pra mim: não estou conseguindo passar de boss tal, o que eu faço? Esse jogo é complexo, tá? Ele mata as pessoas.
A little honesty would do. All lies should be revealed. Get ready, Croc. Can't hold out much longer. Quiet. I know what I'm doing.
Aê, vejamos. Eita.
Long last.
No fucking way.
How embarrassing. It didn't come down from the sky?
This city is mine anyway. Why shouldn't I go through the front door? Minion of the Black Tide. I, King of the Crown Legion, will be your opponent today.
Eu preciso muito te explicar a implicação dessa cena, porque o lore implication disso daqui é muito absurdo.
Time for revolution.
Eu preciso te explicar o lore implication disso, cara, porque é realmente muito absurdo. Pera aí, deixa eu... A gente já tá se preparando pra tomar, hein, rapaziada.
Leads to self-destruction. I am not sending a dynasty to its end.
Não morreu ninguém. Deus louve o Aventurine. Deus louve o Aventurine.
Hedge your bets.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed.
I'll accept your punishment.
Vai, Aglaia, ajuda a gente.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thank you, friend. All lies should be revealed.
Tá tranquilo.
It's on me.
Dá pra usar isso aqui. Acho que acabou, hein? Não. Ih. Lá vem.
Heed my call! I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs!
Eu estou completamente arrepiado.
God has come to Castro Kronos.
Estou completamente movido por essa missão.
The warriors have returned!
But are the rumors true? Has Oryx fallen?
It's as the Council of Elders said. We face a dangerous threat. Yet the Chrysos heirs are only inciting more chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
They really gave the core flame of strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
What a noisy crowd.
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Oryx is gone. Oryx was a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition. Regardless, the Titan has fallen, and we must surrender Oryx's core flame.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
Professor Anaxa, why don't you find someplace to rest first? Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her. Just try to stay on your best behavior, if you know what I mean.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
They have differences in ideology. All right, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the intricacies of these relationships sooner or later.
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Oryx's core flame. So I'll be off. I have some personal matters to attend to.
It somehow feels like D has closed himself off even more after he completed his trial.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past few days. You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Treeby. Did Trinon bring news?
Yes. She has found Trian. She was at the bottom of the valley outside the temple, but that's where the good news ends.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. They also found someone else besides Trian. He was no better than a corpse when Trinen and Hyacinth arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height, all to free Trien's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes. It's Krateros.
Yeah.
Stop! If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
How ludicrous. Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a single strike from me.
Better to die in battle than return even in glory. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell. But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for her?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over, hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
Pity. And crumble like rusted iron.
Good. Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the libations and incense offered by my descendants. Come, let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king! For Amphoreus!
Nossa, mano. Eu vou chorar sério.
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder of that bitter taste.
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trien lost. Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacinth. Trien has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all. Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent. It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies. What about the Kremnoan veteran? How is he doing?
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing his last. I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good... No. Let's hope that never happens.
parting hour is upon us. Yet the golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils. Everyone, please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph. Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
Oi, gente, fala de celebration.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nigador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of
Consegui,
history.
gente, não vou chorar, tá?
I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Finan?
Yes, it just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
A rash decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames, for titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity. Our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end. But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow. But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Finan, Castrus, Mighty, and Hyacinth. Treepy and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity, the elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power. Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Truly a dilemma.
Yeah. How about letting her give it a try?
Cara, eu ia falar que eu sabia que isso ia acontecer. Só que por que eles fazem a mesma falar direito, sendo que ela só fala nada com nada, ela só fala gibberish.
Mem special mem.
Oh meu Deus, não acaba isso aqui.
I see the Reaper has forsaken you too, teacher.
It simply put my life in the hands of the Twilight Courtyard. That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned. But this isn't about me, Mighty Mos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
Power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel, and my blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it. I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed. You've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos. And now, you can at last bring our people home and reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
What? What do you mean by that?
Over 2 millennia past, devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path in its conquest. Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history is sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants. The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans hold so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition, mere anthills that could be crushed with a single touch in the eyes of the Titan.
You! Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years with mere words?
That pride holds little significance, Krateros. Now that I've assumed the divinity of strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
No! No!
Convey my message to every Kremnoan. This is an order.
Do not do this, Mightymos! I beg you!
Our history commenced in the year 2506 of the Light Calendar, concluded in the year 4931. I, Mightymos, last king of Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is this?
My mother's signet ring. It served as a symbol of kingship, and I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Mightymos, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city you once observed with indifferent eyes. A cruel fate awaits Amphoreus. No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, it crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out, one that leads to a brand new world at its end.
Why task me with being your messenger? Why not explain all this to them yourself?
Because only humans can guide the path to be trodden by humans. It's not the lot of humans who crave the power of gods and spiral into madness for it, but humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind them.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
The one who persuaded Aglaya to set me free that night. Was that you, Mightymos?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
I staked my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. And I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the Flame Chase journey.
And what is next, Mighty Moose? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong, to fulfill my promise. The madness that has plagued Nikedor and the darkness that has consumed Amphoreus. It's now my turn to fight against it. There are some people to meet with before I leave. Let's go.
Não, gente, não dá pra dar um TPzinho, não? Porra, óbvio. É maluco.
You're here, my Demos. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akuma through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time. Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, and adaptability to change. Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
And what is it?
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly, to seek your guidance. They strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals. That is precisely what every ruler of Castrum Kremnos has been missing.
I am truly honored to hear that. And now, my Demos, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
I shall see Nikedor's aborted mission through to completion, and become the strongest bulwark for Amphoreus to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the Flame Chase journey, until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
My Demos, a new chapter awaits Amphoreus. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years, every word of that prophecy remains as vivid as ever. You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
Just as cryptic as all the other prophecies.
What's the reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offers. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, my Demos?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back.
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the Flame Chase journey in the first place.
You speak the truth. May you be destined for a powerful fate, and may we reunite in the promised new world. Farewell, mighty.
Ô meu pai, tem que dar tchau pra muita gente. Sim, eu estou muito concentrado e eu quero explicar muita coisa aqui no final. Mas essa missão tá fazendo favor de não acabar, cara. Tá muito longa! Isso é porque eu passei 1 hora de pré-missão, tá ligado?
Outlanders. No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos. If all goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Amphoreus. That means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads. How about you let me guess what's on your mind? Are you gonna say something insane again, Trailblazer? Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling that you have a great significance for the future of Amphoreus. With this departure, I fear that I will never again return. Can I entrust you both to watch my back and to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence? You have my gratitude. Then, farewell.
Peraí, será que eu... Ih, eu acho que eu errei a ordem das paradas. Acho que eu errei a ordem das paradas. Não vou dar tchau pro Final, pra Caceres e pro Yoda lá, que esqueci o nome.
Let's do it.
Cartões, eu acho. Sim! Sim, eu ia perder isso, muito sério. Porra, cadê os outros? Tá, eles estão aqui. Alright, olha a besteira que eu estava tentando fazer. Espero que seja aqui, né?
Lady Trebios not here?
Lord Mighty!
Hyacinth. So you are the physician Krateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Treby, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
Well, I must say, it feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well. Humanity has already taken hold of strife, and one day it will also reach the sky.
Do you really believe I can do it? Even my ancestor, that hero of legends, couldn't conquer the core flame of Aquila.
Given your good rapport with the demigods, you should know that the path to assuming divinity is never limited to swords and spears.
You've always been so perceptive, Lord Mighty. Rest assured, if fate has truly selected me, I'll be ready. Right. You are here looking for Lady Treby and Lady Trina, no? They're not around at the moment. Is there a message you'd like me to pass on to them?
No need. I've already bid farewell to Aglaya. Meeting with the Oracle is simply a matter of courtesy.
You've bid farewell?
I'm heading back to Castrum Kremnos to fight against the Black Tide. In all likelihood, I will never again return to Akuma.
Oh.
On second thought, there is something that I'd like you to help me convey to them.
I'm all ears, Lord Mighty. I'll make sure to convey every single word.
Tell them that there is no longer a need to send scouts behind enemy lines. With a single message, the Lance of Fury will target anyone who dares oppose Akuma.
Cara, eu já vou te explicando uma coisa aqui que eu queria explicar. Você achou a entrada do Maiden muito braba na luta lá? A questão que é mais braba ainda é que, tipo, tem vários, como você deve ter percebido, tem vários deuses que fazem várias coisas aqui é um negócio meio mitologia grega, tem um monte tem deuses que fazem muitas coisas diferentes. Fazem muitas coisas diferenciadas. E essa missão começou com o Strife. No caso, mais ou menos, tipo, na última missão a gente derrotou o Strife, que era meio que o deus da guerra, que mata coisas ruins. E era o deus do povo do Mighty. Cara, pra onde eu tô indo? Eu quero vir pra cá. Eu não quero subir ali. E aí o Finon ia se tornar o novo Strife, que é se tornar o novo deus do Strife. Só porque o Mighty não queria. Só que por muitos motivos, quem deveria ir era o Mighty. Ele não foi, entretanto, e essa missão começou com o Finon meio que do final da outra, que foi o Finon indo pro trial para tentar vencer lá o maior desafio que tem para ganhar e conseguir se tornar um novo deus. Ele não conseguiu e essa missão começou com a gente tirando ele de lá, tipo, senão ele ia morrer e dando tudo errado. O Mighty ajudou a gente a tirar ele de lá. E a questão quando ele tava lá no meio do nada junto com o Finon, o Mighty, que ele falou, vou fazer um negócio aqui, ele tava indo pro teste. E a volta dele significava que ele ganhou e se tornou o novo deus do Strife. Então, tipo, é óbvio que isso ia acontecer, mas foi muito épico ver que, tipo, ele voltou porque ele ganhou, conseguiu e se tornou deus. Então, tipo, esse era o peso da volta dele, que você não tinha ainda. Agora volta lá e reassiste pensando nisso.
Can you feel Thanatos right now?
I don't feel them at all, regrettably. You have been painstakingly seeking that Titan for so long. Have you ever considered reaching out to me for help?
You mean...
Death refused to ferry me. If you were to send me to the Netherrealm, I may uncover clues along the way back.
I would never do that, Lord Mighty. Death is not a game.
You're right. That may very well be the reason why my people have struggled for millennia. They underestimated the significance of death.
So, are you returning home alone, Lord Mighty?
Returning home, you say? Maybe. At this moment, Castrum Kremnos is not just my birthplace, but also my fated destination. Work harder, Castorus. Go and do what you have to do, so that the trials we have endured may have meaning.
I will, Lord Mighty. May we reunite on the other side, where the warm west wind blows.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Finon. Eles não podiam estar perto um do outro, mano. Cadê o Finon? Ai, a gente ainda vai ter que sair, cara. Ah, Final, por que você tá aí? Não, não é o Final. É o que? Pera aí. Eu achei que era o Final, não? É o Cartoonus. É Cartoonus o nome dele? Cartoonus, é. Eu não sei porque eu pensei no Final.
But looking more like a king now.
No longer the king, Grand Craftsman.
Matters not the title. Surpassed all former kings your achievements have.
I will honor your trust and liberate the world from the clutches of fear. Nevertheless, I must request that you continue to watch over Finon, Cartoonus. I have a feeling that his fate will weigh heavier than all of ours combined.
Keep Finon in mind, I will. Return to your home, brave king. Together with everyone, I shall remain here. That thunder from Castrum Kremnos we wait to hear.
Agora sim a gente vai lá e tira a foto. Cadê o Final? Eu quero me despedir do Final também. Alright, como é que a gente... Ah, tá. Ah, eu vou guardar essa foto, dá? Dá mesmo. Pera aí, deixa eu tirar minha... Como é que tira? Ó. Um sunset glowzinho aqui só pra dar um... Olha lá. Eu queria tirar meu negócio, não dá nesse jogo? Caraca, que absurdo. Tá bom. Tá bem feito.
Well, feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos. But this one, it's pretty good.
Deixa eu ver se consigo fazer isso sem vazar. Consegui mesmo. Mas eu consigo fazer isso sem vazar? Consigo mesmo! Caraca, eu consegui fazer o melhor. Bid farewell to final. Tá, ele é o último. Sim, o Yoda do Sorry, o Cartoonus é o brabo.
Isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Amphoreus.
What's going on?
Ô, catapimbas. Pô, não tem um negocinho pra ficar mais rápido, não? Pô, tô comendo atrás das crianças? Qual é, Dimitri? Yeah, boy.
It's been a while.
Hello.
I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak off without a word with me?
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Ah, mas eu vou te alcançar.
I think I see more than just the Kremno.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation? Dong Han mentioned that one to me. All right, it's about time for us to part ways. Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiments.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
You know what? You sound just like a Gly at this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions? Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mynameis.
No need to thank me. This triumph brings no delight, nor does it signify closure. You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster. And I can't even ascertain their demise. Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. This should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out, and no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. And make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
I will keep that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the Kremnoan warriors in my absence. They will undoubtedly face challenges while assimilating into Akama. It is my sole regret that I cannot stand by them during this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me. And, while I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the Kremnoan language is really missing that many words.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary. But if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library. I'll be on my way, Deliverer. Remember to stay alive till the final act.
Yes. Same goes for you. Don't die too easily. May triumph always be yours, Mynameis.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Ah, se ele falar yes, eu vou chorar, hein?
Well...
Ok, ele não falou yes.
Who knows?
Ele não falou yes. Gente. Gente. Que
Get
história.
up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training. Let's wrap it up for now.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it, Mynameis?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son. For Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Mynameis. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you into the Sea of Souls. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role. That of your mother, Mynameis. Your guardian.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected. Krateros said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her face. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight. I always anticipated the sequel to that dream, believing she had more words of wisdom or guidance to offer. But now, I think I finally come to understand. That is all she wished to tell me. And now, I too am left with but one role.
Porra, vocês vão me fazer... Pera aí.
It is time for this journey to reach its end.
Vocês vão me fazer andar isso tudo, gente? Ah, ok. Tem motivo.
Mynameis is back. Glory belongs to you.
We've got fresh pomegranate juice. Want to try some?
We meet again.
How was your training?
Ooh, say, come and check out what I just wrote.
Mynameis, did you just come back from training?
It's been a while.
I'm gonna beat you at the festival.
Welcome home, Mynameis. Have you found something?
The son of FODA will be crowned in blood! The son of FODA will be crowned in blood!
Alexa, tocar Daddy's Home do Usher. Essa missão vai acabar? Alguém explicou pra eles?
We smell sunlight and the wind of Akama. This was your favorite spot, wasn't it, Trian?
Pô, eles não deixam a gente ser feliz, não, né?
Why did it have to end up like this?
Take it easy, Cass. Departure is a part of life. It's just that ours isn't as tumultuous as it is for ordinary folks. When we started our journey, Yanis had already provided their prophecy. Just like how that Titan divided themselves to create the countless passages in the world. It's only natural for us to follow the same path since we inherited their destiny.
If you don't mind, Treeby, are you still willing to unveil that past for us? The past regarding the prophecy?
What do you seek to learn, Snowy?
Midimos has left the city to face his own fate. That is, the fate of every demigod. We will all eventually let go of our past to follow the same path as his. So, what I want to know is, as Amphoreus' first demigod, what compelled you to take the first step on this journey? And what has sustained you to make it this far without looking back? Despite the fracturing of your body and the numerous departures you have endured.
All right.
Teacher, are you sure about this?
Dee is already doing what he has to do. What reason do we have to keep it from them? Let's go, everyone. Let's go to the abyss of fate and see how it used to be. Then we will leave it to you. Trinan, would you mind?
Treeby, are you not coming with us?
I want to stay here with Trian for a bit longer.
I see. We'll be off then. Take care.
Since you have made your decision, then let's proceed as you wish. See you later, teacher.
Cass, are you not going with them?
No. I'd prefer to remain here to accompany Lady Trian. She hated being alone.
What's this?
A little gift that I had hoped to deliver to her personally. Though fate had other plans.
Puta, lembrei disso agora, cara.
Oh. So, you saw us arguing that day?
Yes. I figured Lady Trian would like it a lot, so I bought it.
I see. Cass, you know, I recognized it immediately that day. It truly is an authentic piece from Yanisopolis.
Then why?
It's just that Trian had forgotten far more things than I. For example, She forgot that this glass object meant something unfortunate according to the traditions of our homeland.
I'm sorry, Lady Treeby. Should I...
No need to apologize, Cass. At that time, I simply didn't want her to be trapped by our past, especially considering how much time had passed since we left home. But now... it might just be the perfect gift for Trianne.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. While you and I have long accepted this absurd fate, they remain fresh and inexperienced. Teacher, don't let the weight of that cruel prophecy crush their spines.
But it would be even more cruel if we allow them to ignorantly fall before the gates of the new world. They will eventually need to know the truth. We just need the right opportunity. This, to me, feels like the right opportunity.
So, this is how the Temple of the Three Fates looked back in the day.
At this point, Ianisopolis still resides under Aquila's protection, yet it is already fated for decline, and only contains a beautiful facade.
Is it because Amphoreus has entered Era Bellica?
Yes, strife remains distant from this part of Amphoreus right now. But in 5 years' time, at the same entry hour, this temple will become the source of another war.
Then, where are you at this time?
Right over there.
Why does she look somewhat different?
It's because we don't quite recall how we used to look.
Oh, my apologies.
Please don't. We should be the ones apologizing. Come, everyone. It's time to witness our last conversation with Orynyx.
You're here, Orynyx.
This is our memory, so your senses are also aligned with the Trebios of that moment.
False prophecy, huh? So you still think that way? But the Black Tide has already arrived, and Yanis remains in slumber. If even the God of Passages, known for guiding mortals, cannot resist this catastrophe, then what can we do against the incoming destruction? Those chosen by fate would never have their family taken from them. And how can I alone remain safe and secure while watching the entire world crumble before my eyes? This might be our last conversation, Orynyx. I will do everything I can to protect you from the Black Tide.
The family she just mentioned.
It's our mother. She fell from the spot into the valley a long time ago. It was during a grand ceremony held to seek Yanis's guidance. But things took an unexpected turn. It was Kefali who responded instead.
Did something go wrong with the ceremony?
Yes, but those two occurrences were in fact unrelated. Kefali's response was simply a coincidence. On that frosty night with treachery abound, as the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis met her demise, the world-bearing Titan also fell in another corner of the world. Let's keep up with her. This story... she should be the one to tell it.
That thing ahead.
It's the altar of Talantin. But that's not our destination. We're heading to the left.
This place used to be passable.
Cara, eu acho que eu entendi uma parada da história da Tribe e eles estão realmente competindo pra ver qual o melhor personagem, qual personagem vai ter a melhor história, tá?
There's more than one right answer.
Que
I never thought there would be such a hidden space in the abyss.
This is the...
Nossa, odeio pular.
Giannis's maze that Trinon used for divination in the past.
Not only that, it also serves as a lock. Our childhood abode lies sealed within.
This is the largest puzzle I've ever laid eyes on. And it even acts as a door lock. Should have expected something like this in the homeland of puzzles, I suppose. So, how are we going to solve it?
Just follow the designated path and let the stone ball fall into the pool twice.
Seems pretty straightforward. Even Mighty might be able to complete it in a single try.
Cara.
That's not talking smack. It's clearly a compliment. Mighty. If he were still here, we'd probably take a lot fewer detours to solve our issues. Enough with the talking. Let's just get started.
Pô, papo reto, eu não entendi como é que faz isso não. Tá. Cara, eu acho que você sabe disso, mas eu sou um completo fã de som, música. E o que eles fazem nesse jogo é um absurdo, tá? Tá, é pra acontecer mais uma vez, né?
Impressive. You too have the makings of a high priest now.
E eu, hein? Mano, a história de High Priest é essa. Mais uma vez, né? É.
Getting that stone ball to the endpoint looks pretty tough. My hands are shaking just from looking at it. The secret door is open.
Go inside, and you'll see the place where we grew up.
You grew up in a place like this?
By the time we were born, the role of the Holy Maiden had already diminished to a mere title. Those in tune with the Titan's guidance are bound to become messengers for others. To maintain appearances, those in authority added some embellishments. And with Mother around, our childhood wasn't entirely without joy.
Even so, I still find it hard to imagine.
Rapaziada, eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou já me despedir de vocês aqui, porque essa missão está demorando muito. Mas sim, grande, maior possível salve para o Eduardo, o Kisho e a Lívia, que apareceram aqui e ficaram comigo quase até o final. Eu não culpo ninguém que saiu mais cedo, porque está demorando muito mais do que eu estava imaginando, mas a Lívia está por aqui, então um grande salve para você. Eu vou assim terminar essa história, mas eu vou tipo tirar a câmera, vou só fechar ela aqui, ela tá demorando muito. Assim, fechamos aqui 7 horas de história. Cara, muito bom. O Starrail tá realmente se superando a cada atualização de Amphoreus. Eu tava muito certo em aguardar pra caramba essa 3.0. E eu tô amando, cara. Todos os personagens têm histórias muito boas. A Tribus me pegou de surpresa. Nem achava que ia vir brabona, mas ela veio. O Final eu já gosto pra caramba. E o Maiden, que eu já gostava, agora subiu muito com meio que desfecho da história dele. Então muito obrigado a todo mundo que assistiu. Um grande salve pra galera do VOD. Eu sei que vocês assistem. E é isso, gente. Beijão, Lívia. Eu aqui, ó. Esse eu aqui vai se despedir. Então valeu, gente. Vamos fechar isso aí.
20 years can go by in no time.
Trinon, for most people, 20 years is a long period of time.
Right. Becoming a demigod sure changes how one lives through time. It's hard to believe it's been so long. Your power is exceptional, Little Gray. This place looks exactly as before. Let's explore the room a bit.
There are so many boxes here.
These should be our belongings. What's this?
A red glass fragment?
We were still very young the first time we saw it. Mother came back with a beautiful glass piece, but her face was streaked with tears. She simply placed it on the table. It looked so sparkly that we couldn't resist playing with it, but we ended up breaking it by accident. Mother didn't get angry. She simply held us quietly for a long time. It wasn't until we were older that we learned in Yanissopolis, if someone gloriously died for destiny, the Holy Maiden must pick a piece of glass from the volcano's quarry and polish it, then give it to the deceased's family. On the day Mother returned with the glass, her friend lost his life on the battlefield. Since he had no family left, Mother had to keep it herself. Later, on the eve of the ritual, Mother also gave us a beautiful piece of glass. Let's move on to the bedroom.
It's Trebios.
Just as expected. It's time to get going after all. Mama, are you going to that ritual tomorrow?
That's right, my sweet girl. What's the matter?
I wish I could go too. I have something to ask Yanis.
Oh. What do you want to ask?
I want to know how to chase the black tide away.
Ah, I see. Unfortunately, it's a secret ritual, and only I can preside over it. If you want me to consult the Titan on your behalf, you'll have to promise me something.
What is it?
Be a good girl and go to sleep now. And whatever you dream of,
Don't be afraid. Just sleep through the night until morning comes. Until the next time Aquila opens their eyes. Can you do that for me, sweetie?
That's it? Of course I can! Trevios is the most amazing holy maiden of Yanis! Well, little holy maiden. But why, Mama?
Because this ritual might take a long time.
How long?
Tomorrow, my sweet child. I'll be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next tomorrow. If not, the tomorrow after that. But if I still haven't returned for a very long time, that means the ritual has succeeded. It means I found a way to chase away the black tide and reach the new world on the other side. But for various reasons, I can't return to bring my sweet girl with me. But I'll be waiting for you there. As long as you stay brave and kind, we'll meet again in that new world. It's the end of the West Wind, the black tide's other shore. A radiant sea of flowers, blessed and protected by the gods. In the rosy horizon, you'll see a silver-white shoal. It marks the end of your voyage. A haven, free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. That is where I'll be, waiting for you.
Wow, that sounds just like the island from my dream. Oh, I know. I'll turn the moon into a ship and the stars into sails to go find Mama. Pinky promise?
Pinky promise. As long as you sail toward tomorrow. As long as the sun will rise for the next day. Our wishes will come true together.
If the final murmurs of the Titan are true, if such a place really exists on the shore beyond the black tide at the end of Genesis, then our promise still stands. Please, wait for me, Mother.
After those 10 years of darkness, when Aquila opened their eyes for the last time, we finally set off.
Where did she go?
This way. Now, we'll go through this shelf.
But how? With Yanis's power?
No, we hadn't acquired their power back then.
So, this obstacle, it was simply a mirage?
Yes, the answer is right on the shelf. Go ahead and give it a try.
It's a secret passage.
It was a secret passage prepared by the Holy Maiden's supporters for Mother and me as a precaution. And now, it has turned into our passage to escape, just as anticipated.
The path to the temple was in quite a state. Did someone do it on purpose?
No surprise at all. Some people caught on to what we were planning and tried to intercept us. while others were willing to clear the way for the Holy Maiden.
I can't move it. I can't climb over it either. Time Titan? Is that you?
Just like this. Regardless of our actions, the past will remain unchanged. It was someone else who helped Trebios in the actual events of history. We don't remember the details. As for why memory recreated the past to be like this, it must be because it's closer to the answer within our heart.
The passage is now cleared. Ornyx. Thank you, nameless god.
Whoa! It looked truly magnificent back then.
Relax. Take it easy.
All these people, they're just civilians, not enemies, correct?
Mostly, but it might not be the case later on.
Hey, little ones. How did you sneak in here?
Please keep it down. You have to be really sneaky to get in here.
Okay. But what did you sneak in here for?
I heard there's a lovely holy maiden living in the temple, and I want to meet her. I couldn't stop her, so I had to think of a way to sneak her in.
Oh, really? I was here to meet the Holy Maiden as well, but the guard said she had to go somewhere far away today.
Huh? What a bummer. Mommy even asked me to bring her gift to the Holy Maiden.
It's getting late. Be good and go home now, okay?
Okay then. We'll come back next time. Thank you.
By the way they are dressed, the siblings look like civilians living outside the temple. Mother mentioned that when she was a holy maiden, she caught a girl sneaking into the temple to steal the tributes. Stealing from the temple was punishable by death, but that poor girl had no family and just wanted something to eat. So Mother took her outside and even gave her some food. Perhaps these two children are the descendants of that girl from back then.
Ah, Lady Maiden. Lady Maiden, you need to dress warmer. It's pretty cold out. Let me get you a blanket.
No need to trouble yourself. I'm just going for a quick walk.
All right, but please take care of yourself. Your mother made us promise to look after you before she left. It's been a while since I last saw you. I just realized you've grown into such a beauty, just like your mother. Oh, here, have some of my sweet pastries. She used to enjoy them, so maybe you'll like them too.
What's wrong, Lady Maiden?
I'm fine. It tastes really good.
This lady is Mother's old friend. When we were little, we sometimes got to eat the sweet pastries she brought back. We've always remembered the familiar taste, and only now do we learn where it came from.
Apologies, Lady Maiden, but the Yanis vault is under maintenance today.
Perfect. That way, no one will disturb me while I'm talking to Mother.
All right then. May Yanis guide your path.
The Yanis vault?
It's where Yanis's heart lies and the core flame is kept. Just enter on the left. It's also the place where Trebios was born.
Trebios. What does that name actually mean?
The one with 3 lives. Mother believed our birth was blessed by the 3 titans of fate. She named us thus to express her gratitude. Looking at how things have unfolded, fate might have had a role in it.
Seek, and you will find. Stream forth, gleam of old winds.
Finally, the Yanis vault is right ahead.
At long last. I knew there was some sanity left in you, Yanis. Just as I thought, you too have been confined. No, Yanis. I've come here to take on your fate. By the blood of the Lamb, and the strength of my blade-wielding right hand. I am Trebios, the listener, the announcer, and the witness of the prophecy. I, the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis, the Walker of the Infinite Paths, have come forth to assume your duty. Just as I wished. This journey promises to be a long one, with 1,000 selves to accompany me. I'll never be lonely. No matter. My hands are not made for bearing arms. But my feet are destined to embark on a journey for the benefit of all. without a doubt, Titan. Let the prophecy shatter me, so that I may open a myriad of paths for this imperiled world. I understand, Yanis. Thank you. Now, may you rest well. Mother, did you see that? I have assumed my duty and stand ready to set out. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity, and thus we shall sweep apart Amphoreus' pitch-dark fog. May we... May the world follow the myriad paths trodden and reunite at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. Mother, I shall see you tomorrow.
Who dares lay hands on the core flame? Drop your weapon and surrender at once!
I knew this would come.
It's opening up! Now move aside and get ready! The Holy Maiden? What's happening here? Lady Maiden, where's the thief who stole the core flame? Look at what she's holding, you buffoon! She is the thief! Take your positions in front of your arms! We're taking back the core flame!
Bring it on!
What?
Come forth, loyal guards. At least do it properly. Pierce me in the chest.
What are you scheming?
This is your last chance. If anyone wants to earn a promotion and rise through the ranks, I'm right here. You all know who I am. Go ahead. However, if there's still any loyalty within you, step aside for the Holy Maiden. Otherwise, by the decree of the Holy City's Codex, anyone who dares to harm the Holy Maiden shall face execution!
Captain, what should we do? Do it. Kill her! If any of you want to get rich, then come with me. Take this traitor's head and wealth will be ours!
We can't just stand by and do nothing. Let's move, partner.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Ready for another?
Sure, I'll play along. That's half the work. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
How's that possible? Could the Titan actually be on her side? That woman is the traitor!
I should go.
Let's keep up.
The path is opening up for me. Oh, Yanis, protect me. Yeah. The main path is likely well guarded. What do I do? Just as I thought. Inside! There are guards here too. Don't alert them. Long last. A creature of the Holy City Guards, but I'm already so close!
This should be the last fight. We have to help her get through.
But I don't get it. This has been puzzling me for a while now. Who has been aiding Trebios in her escape? While history might be blurred by memories, seeing how the whole city is hunting her down, she clearly had no allies. If she pulled it off alone, were we too involved in this process?
Trebios had been on her own since she entered the vault. But what did we truly mean to her? You'll find that answer at the end of this memory.
In that case, let's focus on the mission at hand now. Let's do this, everyone!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! Watch your head!
Do we? Still not ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Hedge your bet. It's on me.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Let's begin.
No dirty tricks allowed.
Commencing support.
Spend freely.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Watch your head! The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Ready for another?
No dirty tricks allowed. Watch your head! It's on me.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
We have the upper hand. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
Watch your head.
Finally, beyond this gate awaits a boundless world. This is where my journey begins. God of Passages, can you see me? I will complete the path that you started. No response after all. Yanis, may you have a good dream. I can't stay here much longer. It's time to leave.
Well, looks like this is the end of the memory.
Not yet. The question that has been puzzling you. She's about to reveal the answer.
But nothing happened. What was making her or you hesitate at this moment? If she had known this flame-chased journey would proceed as the Titan foretold, bringing about great suffering and fatalities, including her own, would she still have chosen to walk through the gate and start her journey?
I think the answer is already within you. And you've made your own decision.
What? You can hear us?
Not really. She can neither see nor hear us. Yet she knew that one day, someone would return to unveil this dust-covered memory. We can never know for sure who helped us back then. But that kindness was forever engraved in our hearts, motivating us to move forward. Time has modified this memory into a special letter, so that we do not forget our original intent. It's a letter written by Trebios of the past and sent to her future self. In this memory, it is Trebios of the future who overcomes all difficulties for her and sends her on a long journey toward the tomorrow where we are.
Yes, you'll remember it all. And then find your way back to the gate where everything began. Here, I will set sail toward the distant horizon. Here, you have traveled far on your way home. Such is the maxim that unveils Trebios' fate. You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither on the soil of foreign lands. So, if you ever feel lost, return to this place. I'll keep this memory here for you. Or for me, to embrace it again.
Worry not. The loss is something we've grown used to. Our resolve and our pledge are what Trebios will never forget. Each one of us has never failed to remember. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain, like my mother and I.
The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit, just as my blade-wielding right hand is not a hollow formality.
Surmount the myriad passages of Yanis, and we will once again
ride the west wind and let the wings carry us far away.
So, this is your answer?
That's right. In the name of the three fates, I stand by my answer with no regrets. Now, with or without the god's blessing, I run towards the world's agony. If I can truly pierce through the utter darkness, we will meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring.
Lady Treby, do you still think that everything will be fine tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what Trianne would say as well.
With all due respect, Lady Treby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, that's not a lie. See you tomorrow is the greatest prophecy in the world.
Prophecy?
Listen, in every corner of this land, every heartbeat carries a prayer for that prophecy to come true. It may be that only a few heroes will bring tomorrow to the new world, but the prophecy of leading everyone to tomorrow belongs to all in Amphoreus.
But not everyone has the chance to see tomorrow. How can such words be called a prophecy?
Because people believe it will come true, and they are trying hard to hold on to that belief. Even as the world teeters on the brink of collapse, everyone is pressing forward, longing to reach farther and move toward tomorrow. And that is why a holy maiden exists to lead the world toward tomorrow, and why Yanisopoulos' prophecy unfolds as passages. Fate is not about the outcome, but the journey. It's not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but rather the paths that lead beyond the gate, where people tread toward the sea of flowers. So, Cass, if anything is troubling you, just set it aside for tomorrow. There's no difference between demigods and mortals. The troubles we encounter can only be resolved by our future selves. Reflect through the long night. Wait for the dawn as you think. And set off at daybreak. The hesitant part of us will be left behind in the dark, while the determined side of us will know no fear. Because that's how Tribios has journeyed so far to spread the prophecy. Beckoning the morning sun, and the tomorrow it promises to bring. We will now continue the journey and face our destiny. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity, and thus we shall sweep apart Amphoreus' pitch-dark fog. And at the end, all will reach that silver-white shoal. That end of the journey, that new world and new tomorrow. It is a haven free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. We've made a promise to meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. See you tomorrow, Trianne. See you tomorrow!
child of humanity. Surely you are not waiting for the arrival of night.
Nights do not fall upon Akama.
That's why it's futile for you to wait here.
Honestly, I didn't expect the renowned Reason Titan to behave like this.
And that's all thanks to you. If your soul weren't as prickly as a hedgehog, I wouldn't have to act this way. If you were more accommodating, you wouldn't be opposing me all the time, and I could teach you more freely instead.
It was you who insisted on implanting the core flame in me. Forget it. Cut the sarcasm and just say what you need to say.
Fine, fine. All I want is to remind you. There's not much left in your soul. If you don't do something soon, I will have to take over this body.
If I'm not worried, why should you be? I know what you're planning. You just want my help answering the question. What exactly are we? Correct?
It's good that you remember. Thus, equivalent exchange. It's only fair.
Then rest easy. The answer will soon be revealed, and you'll have to return my body shortly.
Is that true?
Certainly. I initially thought this extremely frail state would hinder me from getting my body back. But I didn't expect the answer to be right within it. That saved me a lot of trouble. I don't even need the black-robed swordmaster's ceremonial blade.
That's certainly worth celebrating.
Regrettably, I can't carry out the upcoming experiment alone.
The girl who's walking with death, is she fully prepared?
Be patient, Titan. If we're always so guarded, how can death reach us easily?
Unfortunately, on behalf of Okima, I must ask you to slow your pace.
I forgot about you. My apologies.
A child's words are always carefree. I'll just dismiss these words as nonsense from a cheeky child. Come now, conceited performer. It's time to address your relationship with that Titan.
What if I refuse?
Provocation will only tip Talantan's scales further toward your demise. There's no need to go to such lengths.
Oh, monster neither human nor divine. Don't forget that you won't dare kill me. If you snuff out the core flame of reason, what else can you use to stand against the council?
Do you two mind if I cut in?
I warned you. Do not interrupt me.
I just have been meaning to ask. Does death really matter to you?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, before I implanted the core flame into your heart, you were already a silent, cold corpse.
And so, this long day passed for Akuma. Some people arrived, and some left forever. Just like every other day of this journey, where we, stumbling, move forward. We have long been prepared. If we are to chase the flames, then we must grow used to farewells. And yet, no one back then could foresee death. Its arrival would always be so sudden and so momentous. Even little Gray, coming from beyond the sky, could not escape the Reaper's two hands. And what people gained and lost in that trial of death was far heavier than life itself. Just like the destiny that the prophecy revealed for Cass. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips. And after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.